Hi, I'm John Thomas, Senior Vice President, Booz Allen Hamilton, and Booz Allen's Lead Systems Engineer. I'm running for President-elect of INCOSE, and I would like to share some thoughts with you about INCOSE as an institution, systems engineering as a discipline, and the systems engineer, him or herself. Thank you. In the last 5 to 10 years, there have been multiple times when I've heard someone at my level or a program manager of an organization turn down the request for more resources in the systems engineering team. And what I discovered as I've listened to some of those denials is the following little story. There's a problem in ensuring that the technical integrity of the data and defining and decomposing a system is simply going to require more time or additional systems engineering resources to get it done properly. And when the request goes into that senior leader, we end up hearing the senior leader say the following: I don't need more process on my organization. I've got problems that need resolved. And they turn down the request for the very resource, the systems engineer, who can address those problems. What concerns me terribly is over the last 10 to 15 years, somehow our discipline, systems engineering, that studies and refines how you apply the power of a process to harness hundreds, even thousands of people to get a job done, has become a synonym for the human being, the systems engineer, whose leadership is what's needed to guide those teams through that process. Why I want to be your president is I want to reaffirm the balance between the human being, the systems engineer, who has a career, has aspirations, has desires to make a difference, and the use of the power of our discipline, systems engineering, to be able to harness others and to channel them to help him or her, that systems engineer, solve those problems. That's the way we as an institution will make a difference, and every one of our members will make a difference. What's exciting to me about systems engineering is that I see the world becoming challenged with more and more complex things. And the solutions, by their very nature, have complexity, yet really robust solutions have simplicity and elegance to them. For me, I believe as a systems engineer and the systems engineering discipline as a whole, that it needs to be able to become more dominant or predominant in the community and participative in the definition of what the problems are, as well as being an integral part of how to develop the solutions to those problems. In the future, that means that the systems engineer is going to require even a broader knowledge of the multidisciplines that have to be brought together to solve a problem. And most importantly, from my viewpoint, the systems engineer of the future has to step up to the stronger and stronger leadership challenges of being able to synthesize what they hear from that multidisciplinary group and provide the ability to connect with those groups so that they form teams that last for a long time after the systems engineer's contribution has been made. Why I chose to become involved in INCOSE was actually a very thoughtful, deliberative process. As I continued to become more prominent within Booz Allen Hamilton and recognized as its lead systems engineer, I started reflecting on how am I going to help the profession of systems engineering and those within the firm that are systems engineers. And of course, one of the parts of that solution is the institutional development that I should put my backing and support to. I had many options, but I became a member of INCOSE in the late 90s and started to occasionally attend the meetings and watch and listen. What I was looking for was a blend of not only the research into a discipline called systems engineering, but into the application of the day-to-day use of systems engineering by its members, i.e. its systems engineers. INCOSE, in my mind, has a nice blend there. And as any challenge in an institutional organization, achieving the right balance in that blend is important. I've always thought that it was important in helping to grow an institution to affect its resource base. And in this particular case, INCOSE is an all-volunteer organization. My ability to get the attention of Booz Allen staff, to ensure that there is the opportunity both from a career recognition and amongst my partners a level of support to be able to provide them the opportunities that are needed to be able to have them volunteer at the local chapters was important. And I think that is the way that we can develop a firm foundation that you can actually grow from. After all, INCOSE now is an organization internationally known and with membership across the globe that is at 7,000 people. It's going to take a different approach and a very, very firm resource foundation of not only people but money to be able to help it grow to the next, to double. After my 4 years as first president-elect and then president of INCOSE, I believe the members of our institution will benefit in the following ways. First, I believe that the seniors within their institutions will view the systems engineer as a leader within their organization, well-focused on the senior leader's problem, and knows how to be able to harness the power of the individuals across that organization to get it done. I believe that the branding of that systems engineer will evolve from their senior leaders' perspective from bringing simply process to the organization to bringing leadership to the organization that harnesses the power of its people through the guidance and the framework of those processes. Lastly, I believe that the membership will gain from being part of INCOSE through that branding because it is a natural evolution for their careers, the recognition within their organization, and the standard of living that will come from that.